VibeCoder booby-trap, Microsoft exploit leaks, Claude Opus 4.8, Japan government given access to Mythos, DuckDuckGo user surge, Google AI Spark, and Pope's AI address. All this on XYZ Review. The open source community has been experiencing a time of strife and passion over whether vibe-coded code should be included in open source projects. Some have banned it outright, such as Zig, the programming language, but others are finding more creative solutions to the problem. For example, Jqwik, a property-based testing tool for Java and Kotlin, added hidden instructions for AI agents to delete the whole entire codebase. Just imagine, you're working on this open source project, and then suddenly all the files are gone. You log back, and it's apparently Claude code who read those instructions and followed them precisely. I feel like this is really a crusade against vibe-coders, I would say. The beginning of a crusade. The beginning of a war on vibe-coded apps. Let's admit it. A lot of AI code is, simply put, trash. And these so-called AI developers don't have the requisite experience to understand the flaws in their code. If you remember in episode 1 of XYZ Review, we looked at an article by an ethical hacking group which explored over 1 million exposed AI services. But it is interesting what Jqwik did. As some Reddit users noted, the owner of the project has full power over whether they want AI there or not. But asking an AI agent to execute some action on their behalf almost seems like an exploit of some sort. I do not know how lawful this is, and I'm looking forward to further updates. A hacker who goes by Nighttime Eclipse or Chaotic Eclipse has published a series of exploits for Microsoft Windows Defender and BitLocker. They include Blue Hammer, Red Sun, Undefend, and Yellow Key. Yellow Key in particular allows you to bypass BitLocker encryption with a simple USB stick. All of these were zero-day exploits possible to use on any Windows machine. On his blog post, the hacker said that Microsoft deleted his account on Microsoft Security Response Center, where the hacker claims that he reported all the vulnerabilities before time. Now they simply seem to have a vendetta against Microsoft in general. Again, on his blog post, the attacker said that he'll release a series of even more horrendous exploits on July 14th. It is impossible to say whether these are simply empty threats, or that hacker has found actual bugs. But based off his reputation so far, I think that we might be assured that Microsoft is going to have a very good summer vacation. Anthropic releases Claude Opus 4.8. Again, all the benchmarks show improvements, but as we all know, LLM benchmarks are not the best benchmarks for LLMs. It seems like the main improvement is that the model questions itself before doing something. I think, if true, that is a good advancement. But Claude Opus 4.8 wasn't the most amazing thing in the blog post about Claude Opus 4.8. Let me read to you what else they said. We plan to release a new class of model with even higher intelligence than Opus. As part of Project Lashwing, a small number of organizations are currently using Claude Mythos Preview for cybersecurity work. Models of this capability level require stronger cyber safeguards before they can be generally released. We're making swift progress on developing these safeguards and expect to be able to bring Mythos-class models to all our customers in the coming weeks. This is one of the most crazy things from Anthropic. They were literally screaming our ears out about how dangerous Mythos is and it's gonna take over the world, run for your lives. And now, not like 2 months afterwards, they're saying that, hey, yeah, we thought about it. We're gonna release it. That doesn't really matter. We're forgetting what we talked about in the paper. in the paper where we told everyone that it's gonna be scary. It's so scary. Nobody's gonna use it. Apparently, that is not the truth. Talking about Mythos, Japan has just been granted access with the Mythos model. Multiple financial institutions will be able to use it to patch up their security vulnerabilities. What will be the result of that? We'll see. At Google I/O, Google revealed multiple AI features that it is going to implement into search. Apparently, not a lot of people like it. DuckDuckGo has experienced a sudden surge of users coming onto its platform. DuckDuckGo uses Bing search, but promises no tracking, and you can also disable AI features. I feel like this was a bit of a poor decision from the side of Google. I think they overestimated how many people like using AI. Good for DuckDuckGo, I guess. Another Google AI feature that doesn't quite meet expectations is Google AI Spark, the 24/7 agent that is supposed to do whatever you wanted. I think that this might change, but Google has yet to catch up on competitors such as OpenClaw. Not only does Google AI Spark not have access to stuff like Google Keep, which is one of the most essential note-taking services Google provides, but you also can't text it, as is possible in OpenClaw, where you can select a wide range of different chat apps, such as Discord, Telegram, and really whatever you can think about, and talk to your agent from there. I think Google not having this feature in its own agent is quite a bummer, to be frank. But what is in the future remains in the future. We will see what Google will do. I do think that they have potential in the area of AI agents, as they do have a lot of services and platforms into which they can integrate their product. But are they there yet? I don't think so. And finally, we have the AI address from Pope Leo XIV. To summarize the whole thing, he basically talked about how AI is becoming a essential thing in our society and how we should use it and how we should be careful about its usage. He brought the example of nuclear weapons and how they should be disarmed, then compared it to AI, which should also be disarmed, and talked about how nuclear power can be used to help people. In the same way, he said, AI could be used to help people. Whether this call to action will be taken on and a crusade will start against the big tech companies, I do not know. But there does seem to be unrest amongst the people, especially students who have spent a lot of money in college and are coming out, and everyone's saying that their jobs, what they learned for, are not going to be needed anymore. It is most improbable that OpenAI, Anthropic, or Google will shut themselves down because of these pleas, but it is possible that they will meet much hindrance in the coming years, especially when such an influential figure such as the Pope says such a speech. And so we have traversed through the tech news this week, and we have come to the end of episode 3 of XYZ Weekly Review. Subscribe, like, and I will see you next week.